It's going to be a bittersweet year for fans of all-wheel drive turbocharged compact sedans. It appears that after years of speculation, the Mitsubishi Evo is finally dead. But fear not, lovers of street-legal rally cars, Subaru has your back. This year, there is an all-new WRX STI. Okay, so the STI isn't exactly all new. The 2.5-liter turbocharged Boxer 4 is essentially a carryover engine. It still makes 305 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. However, throttle response has been improved. But most importantly, by keeping this old engine, the STI still makes that classic Boxer rumble, something the new WRX with a 2-liter will not make. The only transmission available remains a 6-speed manual, but that too has been revised. However, I haven't really noticed any difference. With the car using essentially the same drivetrain and weighing about the same, it should come as no surprise that fuel economy hasn't changed either. It is still officially rated at 17 miles per gallon in the city and 23 on the highway. For 2015, the WRX STI will start at $35,290 after destination charges. Subarus are rarely ever pretty. I should know, I've owned a few. It seems that no matter what style Subaru brings out, it's guaranteed to be met with general dislike, and the new STI is no different. It may be because owners modify these vehicles from looking normal to badass. Either way, I say the new STI is one of the best looking vehicles Subaru has brought out in quite some time. Of course, it has all the usual styling cues like a hood scoop, massive spoiler, and wide bodywork. And look, even the BBS rims are back this year. Whether you agree with me or not on the initial styling, one thing is for sure, I can't wait for owners to get their hands on this car and make it their own. The interior of the 2015 STI is much improved, but that's not saying much since the 2014 model was about as luxurious as a double-wide trailer. A lot of the improvements inside here have to do with the fact that this car is based on the Impreza that itself received a major overhaul in 2012. Soft touch materials, modern switches, and color display screens have brought this car finally into the right decade. And there's even some premium features like a Harman Kardon stereo system, digital boost gauge, digital speedometer, and a flat bottom steering wheel. The new STI is also more livable than the old model since, again, it's based on the Impreza. There's enough space in the back seat that a 6-foot passenger can sit behind a 6-foot driver. The front and rear door openings are now larger to ease entry and exit, and the trunk has a usable 12 feet of cargo space. With the 2015 redesign, Subaru's engineers concentrated on 3 key areas: steering response, maximizing rear-end grip, and keeping a flat ride. For steering, the goal was to minimize the delay from the moment a driver turns the wheel to the front end actually changing directions. The STI thankfully still has a hydraulic steering system and now has a super quick 13:1 steering ratio. Best of all, the front tires relay to the driver exactly what they're doing at all times through the steering wheel. But good steering would mean nothing without a chassis to match, and here again Subaru has succeeded. The STI is just so responsive and remains so flat and cornering. As always, the STI still has the manually adjustable DCCD in the center console that allows you to put more power to the rear tires. However, this isn't needed as much in the new model, as you don't need to overcompensate for a car that doesn't really want to turn by sending more power to the rear wheels. The new STI now just rotates right through a corner without any drama. Whereas the old model, you'd have to toss into a corner and it would fight for grip with all 4 wheels. The new one just stays glued to the road, hooks around, and there's no more of that push that plagued old models. Even with all these handling improvements, the STI's ride is not any worse than before. It's not saying much, as this was never a smooth car, and it still is a rough ride. However, it's bearable and it's not as punishing as some other sports cars out there, namely the Evo. The turbocharged engine pulls as hard as it always did, and now there's increased throttle response, which can be manually adjusted. And like the BRZ, the new STI has a sound tube that feeds intake noise through the firewall into the cabin. But unlike the BRZ, this car is also turbocharged, so not only do you get that great boxer rumble assaulting you from the engine bay, but you also get to hear the turbo spooling on and off boost. It's quite addictive, but playing with the boost for too long will really hurt your fuel mileage. And the assault on your ears doesn't end there. Subaru has also retuned the entire exhaust system to give you more sound and more rumble from the back end. Still an easier car to live with day in and day out than its arch rival, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, the STI has finally matched the Evo in terms of performance and driver engagement. Although the Evo's future may be up in the air, one thing is for certain, the WRX STI's is not. Not only is it all new for 2015, but it's the best we have ever seen.